thoughts that can change your life. So, a lot of times we talk about going in for inner guidance. We talk about connecting with our divine nature. We talk about listening to our heart. And the question I often get asked is it divine guidance that's guiding me, or is it ego? Here's something that I know. If a thought has even the slightest element of destructiveness, it's not love, it's ego. Love is always about expansion. Ego is always about defending. Ego is always about being right. Love doesn't focus on being right. Love does what it believes is best in the highest interest of growth and expansion of an individual, of supporting individuals with growth and expansion. So if you look around the world and you listen to a lot of what people are saying, there's not a lot of love being spoken about, is there? Not at all. Because everything in it has elements of destructiveness. The idea that I have to be right and you wrong is destructive. The idea that this nation is right, that nation is wrong, is destructive. It's not divine. You can argue with me that, well, my view is right and wrong, and I'm just going to say this, it's an opinion. Everything is an opinion, but we don't seem to understand that. We seem to really get tied to our opinions and the way we want life to roll. We want it to be just perfect for us, and let me share this with you. It's perfect already, because in life, there's always going to be equal support and equal challenge. You're not going to have all support without challenge. You're not going to have total peace without war. We live in the human realm. We don't live in the divine realm. We live in the human realm with a body, with a mind. And when you have a body and a mind, the only way you can experience life is through the contrast. Now, your job is, how do you manage the contrast in your life? And, I teach this all the time. What's your life purpose? It's real simple. You've been given the freedom to experience as much of this life as you want. You've been given the power to experience as much life as you want. But the question is, are you aware that you have the power? And are you using that power? Are you using that power? Or have you been domesticated into believing that you are limited? Do you get that? Have you been domesticated into believing that you're limited? If you were brought up a Catholic, you certainly were domesticated. I was. I had to bust that open thing. That life is about sacrifice. You got to sacrifice for God. I'm going to ask you a question. How small is your God? If a God needs to have sacrifices, does that not say God has an ego? God doesn't have an ego. God is infinite. God is infinite love. It's not a being. It's not a person with human needs. But we seem to want to create this being in the sky with human needs. No. It's not us. Don't let domestication take you off the path of creating the most expansive, beautiful, love-filled life that you can ever imagine. I don't know what happens after this life. I don't know. In my heart, I know there's no heaven or hell. Heaven or hell are just states of mind that you have in this life when you're off track. When you're off of being loving, hell. When you are being loving, heaven. Can I get it more simple than that? And here's the thing. In my book, The Power in You, I talk about that love is the awareness and acceptance of our wholeness. Are you aware of your wholeness? And do you accept yourself as you are? If you don't, it's not loving. You have to understand, or begin to understand, or take steps to understand that if you believe there's an infinite, which I believe, I can't prove it, but I believe there's an infinite, then the only thing that could have created me is the infinite. And what am I created out of? The infinite. Is there anything other than the infinite? No. Which means I must be one with the infinite, which means that all of the power that is in the infinite is available to me if I understand the laws of the divine and use them to create my life. And the laws of the divine will let you create. It's like electricity. You can turn the switch on and you get light. You can stick your finger in the socket and you can get fried for life. The law doesn't care. It's like electricity. It gives you what you believe. So if you want to know what you believe, pretty darn simple. Look at your life. And if your life is filled with being right, know that you're not listening to the divine guidance. You're not listening to your heart. You're listening to your ego. And why do we listen to our ego? Because we've been domesticated into believing and that we are insecure, that we need something outside of ourselves when everything we need is right within us. You don't need a perfect partner. You need to love yourself so that you can bring that love and share it with others. Your love doesn't make anyone whole. Your love realizes you already are whole. Your love realizes that everyone else is whole as well. We've got to give up the idea that we must change people to be the way we are, because we're fighting against a law that just will never let us win. You can't change anyone. Everything in my life keeps bringing me to that point. The only thing I can change is where I put my focus. Where I put my focus, my energy goes. Where my energy goes, I create. Where are you putting your focus today? Every morning, ask yourself, what am I going to focus on? Who do I choose to be today? How do I choose to express, to experience, to give, and receive love? How am I going to make my world and the world of the people around me's life better? Diane says, I ordered and read your book. It was just the boost I needed. I have been feeling so burned out at church. I look forward to enrolling in one of your classes next time they're offered. Coming up soon. I think in May I start my next class. Oh, by the way, this Saturday, I'm doing a free workshop, 1:30 Central Time. That workshop is on forgiveness. If there's something in your life you want to let go of, you might want to sign up for that workshop. Just go to agapespiritualcenter.com. And if you're looking for community, join me online on Zoom. Every Wednesday, we have Agape gatherings, 1:30 p.m. Central Time, 7 p.m. Central Time. Anyone can join. We talk, we share, we laugh, we giggle, we explore. Want the link for that? Agapespiritualcenter.com. There's so much we offer. We are a worldwide community. We are virtual and we are in person in North Texas. Our biggest community is virtual, and you would understand that. The way of the world is not just where you are. It's connecting with everyone that is like you, a similar vibration. Isn't that what we're looking for? To be around like-minded people who support and grow us, and we support and grow them. Community is more important now than ever. We're here for you. Every morning I'm here to do this talk. Every morning at 7 a.m. I lead a guided meditation. If you're interested in developing a guided meditation habit or a meditation habit, you're welcome to join me. Where do you go? Agapespiritualcenter.com. Go to the events page. You'll find everything you need there. Make this your best day. Only you can. Love you.